to Behind the Photo. So this week was Apocalypse Week and the contestants had a full week to make a photo to the theme, and a lot of them got very creative. So I'm very excited to show you guys what they came up with. Alrighty, so the first photo we have this week is B, and so this is the explanation that they sent me. This takes place towards the end of the apocalypse where everything is destroyed. She is the last human on Earth. The aliens are still trying to hunt her down. Wow, like there's a lot of detail in this photo and I love it. I would say what's really distracting me is the doll is very off to the side, like literally at the edge of the photo, almost cut off, and I feel like if you just maybe moved her more a little bit towards the center, that would help. And then also in the apocalypse, I don't think I would really be seeing her wearing a galaxy dress and holographic boots. That's not really what I would expect for apocalypse. Other than that though, like the editing is great. So I would like to also tell you guys, the viewers, their clue. This clue is going to help you figure out who B is. Here's the clue. I love dolls with all my soul.
I really like this picture actually. It's really pretty. I like your lens flare. I like the fire. It's a really cool picture and I like the words. My one critique would be that once I look at it closely, I can tell that she's putting flowers on a grave and stuff, but it's not obvious at first. Like, you actually have to really look. I think that the lighting is really kind of blurring out that aspect of it. Also, her clothing, this is really minor critique, but I just don't think she would be wearing that if she was the only person left in the world. And the alien looking around the corner is super cool, but it does look really photoshopped, I guess. So maybe just work on like blurring around the edges and making him look a little bit more like he's fitting in with the scene.
I really liked your picture. It ties really well together, and you got really creative this week. However, I do wish you had a little bit more light on your doll because it was a tad bit dark, but I really liked what you did.
Cherry. I love this photo. Honestly, it's amazing, and I love that you based it off of Hela. I know that this is more like actually based off of her Norse goddess story, but I love Ragnarok, and she helps fight with Loki, which is so cool. And oh my god, I mean, this is just a beautiful photo, to be completely honest. The Photoshop that you did on her face is amazing. The fire all looks so good. It actually looks really realistic. Honestly, I don't really have any critiques about this photo. I think it's awesome. Good job.
For Cherry, I really like your picture. Everything looks very thought out and put together well. I also really like how your editing wasn't harsh.
Alrighty, next we have Winged Wolf, and so their description is, I made it my own movie poster cover. The little background story is Winged Wolf and her two best friends are the last humans on Earth, and they are trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. I just want to say, the zombies are so cool. I love how, you put your dolls in like ripped up outfits and you put like makeup or something on them. Their hair's all messy and like they're not distracting, which I think is great. You can still tell that the focus is on Winged Wolf, which is your main subject, and you want the focus to be on her, and I think that you capture that great. The dirt on the shirt I think is great. So you've got the aspect of apocalypse. You can definitely tell that this is an apocalypse photo. And then my biggest critique would just be the angle. I think it's a little too up top, so I would bring the camera a little bit down. What I've noticed with doll photography is the low angles get you some really good shots. So if you just want to bring that camera down just a little bit more, I think it would be spot on. So as for the clue, here it is. I won a photo contest on Instagram. So hope that helps you guys figure it out.
Winged Wolf. I love this picture too. I think it's really creative that you made your own like movie poster and stuff. I love how your dolls look all disheveled and they actually look like zombies instead of maybe just like photoshopping a zombie. Like, you actually got your dolls set up, and I like your dolls that are all in the center, and especially that the focus is still on your main doll. What I would say is I don't think the camera angle really suits the photo. It kind of seems like you're looking down on it, and I think if it was going straight on, it would look better and look cooler. And also, it's a little dark. Like, it doesn't really seem like much editing was done with the photo, and so while sometimes that works fine, I think especially for an apocalypse type photo, it doesn't work as well. But I still really like it, and good job.
I like how you did the zombies' clothes, you know, how zombies are perceived to be more rough and stuff. I really like how you captured that. However, your picture is quite dark, so maybe adding a bit more light would help. And then another thing is that your main doll kind of blends in with the zombies in the background, so maybe like centering her would help.
Fairy dust. Okay, this is such a cool picture. I love how she is running with her sister. I love the zombie. Your Photoshop on your doll was amazing. He actually looks green, and I think that is so cool. I love that your doll is still the main focus of the photo, which is awesome, and I think you did a really good job. I love the trash. I love the door. All of this is so creative, and honestly, great job with your photo.
And for fairy dust, I really like your picture for this week. I like how you used your resources. It really makes like your picture stand out between like everyone's pictures. And then one thing I'm not really the biggest fan of is how bright your doll's face is compared to like her body in the background. Maybe like toning it down a little bit would help.
All right, next up we have Hyacinth, and they didn't give it a description, but for the photo, we can see the dolls crying, and then they're reaching out to somebody, and it looks like they're in a car. So she's probably, you know, saying goodbye to her family or something like that. All right, so I would just say for this photo, you can't tell that it's apocalypse. Like, yeah, you can tell that the doll is saying goodbye to somebody, but I can't tell that it's an apocalypse type thing. So I would just maybe work on that, getting the message across of what the photo is supposed to be. The clue that they sent is, I don't live in the United States. I come from a stereotypically very green place.
For the next photo, I think that this is cool. I really like how she's, you know, reaching for the hand, like she's being like rescued from an apocalypse. I love the tears. But what I would say is that when I look at this photo, I don't think apocalypse. I realized once I look closer at it that it is, but maybe if you had done more of a further away shot and showed like fire and stuff in the background, it would give me more of an apocalypse vibe. But I just don't really see much of the theme really being shown in this photo.
I really like your picture for this week's theme. There's not that much going on, but it still works really well together. But my one thing is I can't really tell what's going on in the picture. Like, I know it matches the theme, I just can't like particularly tell what's going on. Otherwise, I really like your picture.
Alrighty, next we have Squishy. So this is the description. We decided to show our girl in a scene of devastation that she has been struggling to survive in. She has managed to gather a few supplies from the wreckage and is searching for other survivors' food, shelter, and hope. We made the clothing and set and composted a few of our own photos to create the scene. I think that is really cool. I love it when you guys build sets. I think that's awesome. So, looking at this photo here, I mean, there is just so much detail. I could go on and on, but like the smoke from the fire, you know, she's got a walking stick with a freaking fork on it. That is awesome, so she can stab the zombies. I mean, the wreckage, is incredible. I mean, just, you could zoom in and look at all of the detail in this photo for hours. She's got like a bottle and a knife, and is that a cat in her bag? That is so cute. And then like, yeah, the outfit, the ripped up jeans, the wrapping around her arm. Even, I think that the cloth around her mouth, the bandana, I guess, it was a really great choice to go, because obviously there's smoke. She doesn't want to breathe that in. And it also, you know, I think if the doll, you know, had the smile that the doll has, it would have changed the aspect of the scene. So like, covering that up, I think that was a great move. The lighting is good. It's incredible. Like, I literally don't know what to say. This is so good. I'm blown away. You have done incredible this week, Squishy. You guys, great job. So as for the clue, I'm gonna put up the picture on the screen. It's literally just an emoji.
Squishy, oh my gosh, this is such a cool photo. I love it. You put so much detail into it, and I can really tell. The background is gorgeous. I'm just like looking closer at the photo. I love how there's a fork taped to her walking stick so it can be like a weapon. Honestly, this is a gorgeous photo. I don't even have any critiques. I mean, this is an amazing photo. You should feel really proud.
I really like how you did this week's theme. Everything goes super well together, and you expressed a lot of creativity, and I don't think there's anything that really needs to be improved on.
Alrighty, next we have Duck, and the backstory is that she's running from this lone zombie that has been chasing her for the longest time. So we've got, let's see, we've got Duck, and she is on, you know, climbing over this branch, which I think is great. I think the outfit, you know, is pretty good. The zombie in the back looks great. I like how, you know, he edited it green, but it's not like super fake. It looks pretty realistic. Yeah, I think that you use the rule of thirds pretty good here. I would say there's this branch that's like behind her, but it looks like it's sticking out of her head. I would have maybe tried to edit that out just because it is a little distracting. I don't know if that's just me, but other than that, it's pretty good. The lighting's good. The focus is really good. I mean, the bokeh in the back is great. Pretty good. I like it. And then also you can tell, you know, what's happening in the scene. Obviously, she's running away from the zombie, which I think is great. You captured that really well. So as for the clue, the background is in many of my photos.
Okay. Duck. This is such a cute photo as well. I love the zombie in the background. You did a good job editing her. Like, you can tell that she's a zombie. You can tell like what you mean by this. And I love how your doll is running away. I think this is a really cool photo. I think it does capture the theme really well, and I think it's also unique because you know, and if you were to think of an actual zombie apocalypse, there's not necessarily going to be fire blazing in the background. You might just be running through woods. So this is really, really cool. I really like this photo. The one thing I would say is camera angle. Maybe if it was coming from a side angle, it would look a little bit better. It's a little unnerving how she's just looking in the camera. It kind of looks like she's posing as opposed to catching her in like a natural running position. But that's also not really a critique. Like, it still looks great like this. So good job.
For Duck, I really like your picture. I really like how bright everything is and how your background is still bright, but it's not as bright as your doll, so she doesn't get flushed out. My one thing is maybe adding a little bit more creativity because there's not too much going on, but otherwise you did a really great job.
Okay, so for Basil, for the description, they said they decided to do an alien invasion, and they made the houses and the UFO. Nothing in this photo is edited besides the night sky, which I think is really cool. This is so cute. The UFO, oh my gosh, is that a little oh my gosh, it's one of the Toy Story aliens inside the UFO. That is amazing. The lighting on the doll that we're, you know, trying to get the focuses is really harsh, and I think that is because you guys took this in direct sunlight. So my biggest tip that I tell anybody when it comes to photography, don't take photos in direct sunlight. It is so hard to edit out and it just looks so harsh. Find a shady spot, take a photo, you know, under a tree or something like that. It'll help your photo a ton. So for their clue, says our username is 5-syllable phrase.
For Basil, this is such a cute picture. I love the set. I love your doll. I love the like flying saucer in the background. What I would say is the photo is kind of dark. If you edited the lighting a bit, maybe it would help it look a little bit better. I mean, you can definitely tell the theme of the photo, but at the same time, I think that, you know, it could have been a little bit better done. I don't know. This is not my best criticism, but I do really love that you went on a practical approach with the saucer, and instead of just photoshopping it, I think that's really cool. I love the houses in the background. I do like the mom hugging the daughter. It looks really cool, and it looks like it's actually like a photo taken in the moment. So yeah, I would say good job. Just adjust the lighting a bit to maybe put a little bit more light on your main character, and this is a good photo.
For Basil, I really liked how creative you are with your picture and how you made your own set. You have a remarkable attention to detail, so I really like that. My one thing is that your doll is a little bit dark, so maybe adding a bit more light to her would help.
Alrighty, next we have River. So the description is, this photograph was inspired by the Umbrella Academy apocalypse scene. This is supposed to represent 5 when all the town was burned down and he was left with nothing but the eye. I haven't seen the show, so I'm not sure how accurate I will be towards, you know, the accuracy of this towards the scene, but as for the photo and looking, you know, at it just from somebody who, you know, doesn't know what's going on, I think this looks really cool. I love how the photo is framed with the grass in the back. I mean, you've got 2 on both sides, the doll's in the middle, and you've got the grass on either side. You've got the wreckage in the back. I mean, it's blurred, but you can tell that it's some kind of wreckage. You've got the fire, the grass in her hair, the grass on her arm. I do see like the little umbrella logo, so I'm guessing that's from the show. The eye is great. It's not too distracting. The lighting's good. You can tell where the sun is coming in the corner and onto her face. I think that looks good. It's not too harsh. The blur is really, really good. The bokeh in the back. It's all great. I mean, this is really good. I would say I'm not fully able to tell if this is like apocalypse type photo, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. You guys are killing it. Literally, this is insane. I don't know how to like critique these. You guys are so good.
Okay, River. I love this photo. So this is, of course, based off the scene from Umbrella Academy, which is a really cool show. I totally see it. I love the costume. I love the umbrella sign on her costume. It definitely gives me 5 vibes. So, great job. It is a beautiful photo. I love the lighting. I love everything about it. I love the makeup, like the watercolors you did on her. The focus is amazing. You should be really proud of this photo. It is gorgeous.
For River, I really like how well put together your picture is. Your setting, clothes, lighting, just everything works really well together, and I don't really think there's anything that needs to be improved on.
Alrighty, so for the last photo is Rose. And so I think it's a great photo. Obviously you can tell that the background is edited, but it doesn't look super fake. The doll's hurt, she's crying, you know, that looks, you know, you can tell what's happening in the scene. I'm not getting apocalypse from this, though I would say also the lighting on her face matches up with the lighting in the background, which I think is great. The doll in the front isn't distracting. You can, you know, tell that the focus is on River. I would say that the photo is a little squished though. Maybe zoom out or get a different angle. But other than that, it's pretty good. And as for the clue, so they said, my 47 is in her signature hairstyle that she's worn in every photo since she's been on my account. Very small detail, but maybe you guys can pick up on it.
And finally, Rose, your photo is really good as well. I honestly do really like this. My one thing would be is that it doesn't look natural with the background. It kind of looks like your doll is just standing in front of a poster, I guess. But I do really like that she is the center of the photo, and you can tell even though there is another doll in it. I like the special effects you did on the other doll to make it look like, you know, he's hurt. I just would say the background and then also camera angles is really close up, and it kind of makes it feel smushed, if that makes sense. But still a great photo. Good job.
Lastly, for Rose, I really liked all the attention to your creative aspects that you included in your picture. My one thing is that your picture is a little bit dark, so maybe adding a little bit more light would help. Otherwise, you did a really good job.
Alrighty, and that is bringing us close to the end of this episode. So, you guys absolutely killed it this week. I mean, I can't even, wow. I barely had any critiques. You guys killed it. So great job to everybody. I mean, it is incredible, guys. I'm blown away. Okay, so that leads us to the top and the elimination. So, top photo this week goes to Squishy. We absolutely, all the judges, we loved your photo so much. I mean, the amount of detail that you guys put in this photo was just incredible. The lighting, we loved it. It's so creative. I mean, really just the details just blew us away. I mean, there's so many details in that photo. I spent at least 20 minutes looking at all those details, zooming in. I mean, it was great. So, congratulations to being the first top photo of season 2, Squishy. And now that brings us to the sad news, the elimination. So, I hate to eliminate people, but that's how this works. So our elimination that the judges have decided is Winged Wolf. I'm so sorry to see you go so early. You have great potential, and I know you could have gone far, but this week was just not your week, and that's alright. Your photo was still really creative, and I think you did a great job, but there are some things that you could definitely improve on, and I hope this contest and our critiques would help you learn and improve your photo to further better it. It's always so sad to see somebody go, but it is also exciting because it's time for the next theme. Alrighty, I cannot wait to see you guys' next photos on Behind the Photos Season 2. So, I will see you guys next Sunday. Can't wait to see you guys come up with. Make sure all of you viewers watching, comment down below if you enjoyed the photos, which photo is your favorite, and if you have any guesses as to who these contestants are behind the photo. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!